Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Breakfast Show. This is Martin here, and I'd like to welcome you to this morning. We'll be doing the Robbie US market. Now, many of you don't know the US right now is undergoing a very strong breakout due to the one of the news which you're going to be exploring this morning. So thank you for coming this morning in here. And if you are our regular members or maybe from the public, just say hi and give us a thumbs up and support us, as this show would not be possible without any of your support. And also, we do hear many of you who continue to support us and wanted us to do more of the US market in here, especially right now the US is going through another boom year in 2024 irrespective to the US presidential election. So let's take a look at what we have for you this morning in a breakfast show. So you can see from the top of the chart, definitely in play is the US S&P 500 that you can see here continue to break a new high, and that's what we are seeing, the bullishness in the market. So this morning in here, let's talk about what we have for you in our agenda. The US market definitely breaking new high, and more rallying is being focused for at least for January and February 2024. The green pentagon just turned for the US Nasdaq here. Let me just highlight from this chart here. Just turned for the US market. Dow Jones, we are looking for green pentagon tonight, and that would likely to also put the KLCI to another green pentagon for the KLCI here. We will look at some of the stage 2 shares that we talked about in the last episode, which was actually about a month ago. And for beginners in the US market, you want to be using the Robbie FA list. Now, no doubt some of the prices that appeared on the US market generally are very high prices, like 600, 500 US dollar. But do take note, you can always buy fractional investing, fractional trading, and that is through our partnership with USmart in here. All right, so that's the thing here. And of course, SmartRobie US could not be possible without the Pentagon Guider, which is powered by volume spread analysis in here. All right, let's take a look at what we have for this morning. And just let me work on my slide here, and that's right. Now for the US market Pentagon winner, we do have Zillow Group. Okay, I think this is one of those like very similar to property investor e-commerce website. I think iProperty, that's right, iProperty website here. So this is definitely making a mark of 35%. But what I want to share with you again, the lesson, and let me just switch on to the pen here. See, just before turning green pentagon on 26, you can notice, right, the market was really flattening it out, and that's what we're looking for. Low volume in here. Of course, this was the volume that came in, but green pentagon came in earlier and the market goes subsequently. Of course, when you do get the red pentagon, this is where you want to be out and probably look for a couple of stocks in here. That was for the month of December, right? And of course, that has been sort of a great, those of you who have caught some of the December. But again, these are some of the lessons learned from the US S&P Pentagon Champion, which is found by our Pentagon Guider. Now switching to a wider chart here, you can also see that. So the news that drive the market are very important, because pretty much of US market work around the interest rate and the comment that is made by some of the US Federal Reserve chairperson in here. And this week, I think last week, we have the Raphael Bostic, which is another Federal Reserve officer in here from the central bank, saying that rates cut is likely to start in the fourth quarter. Previously, we were talking about end of Q2, now they delayed to Q4. But in respective, as long as there are news about the interest rate cut, market will continue to go up, and that's pretty much driven by, and also remember in November 2024, I think 5th of November will be the US presidential election, which we've been covering pretty much of our Wednesday live talk. And this Wednesday live talk will be on, so make sure you catch me again. I was away last Wednesday for a business trip. Now let's take a look at the other sector in here, which I will talk about the other slide here, is the 3-month high of the respective sector in here. Definitely leading in the play here, I know this is a bit small, is technology, Nasdaq. This one is real estate, finance, industrial, and XL, I can't remember this, S&P 500 communication. This one is consumer. So definitely leading in the pack, been up for 20% the last 3 months was LXK in here. But if you look at year to date, so far, another very important part why we need to continue on the US tech is because right now for the year to date is only up 4% in here. Last year, tech was up something like 45% in here. So we are expecting something above 10% at least for 2024. So we are still in the early part of the innings, like we said before. More expected up, and I do recommend many of you to follow some of my educational idea that I talk about in the US SmartRobie for the breakfast show in here. Now, also looking in our VSA 360 for our members, we have seen also Green Pentagon just turned for the semiconductors, just turned, and also S&P 500 just turned, as you can see on my left hand side chart. Let me switch to a 1 month chart here. So you can see from this standpoint, right, this chart already turned. Green Pentagon here. So that's going to be quite interesting to see how this market will fare forward here. Going forward, we are also looking into healthcare, communication. These are all just turning Green Pentagon. And of course, technology stock was the earliest, and out the way it started to move up. So it's really important for you to follow this sector so you know what kind of sector you want to be looking into when you are trading and buying those stocks. So having said that, Green Pentagon for semiconductors, generative AI sectors, and also for tech. Now, another news that really drives up this is the consumer spending in the month of the Christmas, which result will be coming out. And you do take note, we have an uptick in the respective 3% month, but so far, the inflation target is well under the 2%. No doubt they talk about 2%, but at the 3% may be acceptable for that one. So they're pretty much in good control in here. Previously, they're around the 6 and the 5% in here. And that's what the market were prompting to a higher interest rate hike. So US are looking for a likelihood new record, because as many of the market forget about what the Fed is intended to do, we are just talking in the fourth quarter of 2024 for any possible of the rate cuts. Now, if you enjoy this breakfast show in here, do let us know and let me know where you are listening from. And it is also good in terms for the feedback that we are getting to what kind of information you like to. Just give us a thumbs up in here. Appreciate all the help we have been getting this while in here. And of course, for our members, we appreciate your morning grace with me. Now let's take a look at the other segment is the US Dow Jones future. So you can see US Dow Jones future, we were in the range bound. It turned red Pentagon in the early January, and then we have a double bottom in here, and like and behold, I do think that we are turning the Green Pentagon very soon. So that means the trajectory is expected. So we did break into the 38,000 for the Dow Jones in here, all-time high is high. The two important railway track continue to be uptrend. That means the January and February seasonality uptrend is still intact, marching up on average volume, which is good, but we also want to see in this range what we call the mid stage 2 having some supporting sign of strength. The supporting strength will continue to prompt this market going higher, and perhaps we are targeting around the 40,000 for the US Dow Jones in here. All right. Now on the US Nasdaq, which is the technology heavy leaders in here, where we have the Nvidia, we have the Tesla, the Magnificent 7, which I did talk about. Many of you are familiar. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoy this show in here, so we know that some of the members who's watching in here are our regular market in here. Thank you for those of you who is with me. So let's get on to the US market. As you can see from here, from this chart, let me just bring up the slide here. Oh, now I got to go back. So you can see this is the Nasdaq. Let's talk about the Nasdaq. So you can see from the Nasdaq, the market has also broken up, and this is why it is significant. And usually this kind of market where we see the market break up, and on the left hand side you'll see S&P break up, and breaking up the 48,000 in here, they only need a 2-second breakout whereas Malaysia may need a 3 and a 4th. That tells you how strong the US market. The 3rd and the 4th is for Malaysia market, the KLCI, but for the US market with the continuation of money floating in here. And remember, one of the Wednesday segment, I did talk about the cash reserve that is available in the US market, which has grown up to close to, I think, 9 trillion, and a lot of this money now are flowing into the US market. That makes it able to prompt higher as it goes higher this week above the 200-day moving average. So let's take a look at the S&P 500 is also breaking above the 4,800K here. They are very similar. That's why the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq, they do look very, very similar, because many of the big tech stocks are in the S&P 500 stocks in here. Now, just that Nasdaq is just primarily focusing on the technology. S&P 500 is almost every top market capitalization company in the US market, including the traditional one, the finance, the banks, and also the oil and gas. Okay. Now, looking into our stage 2 share, which is a very good way to play into this, what we call a continuation of an uptrend, right? So you just go over to our SmartRobie and dial into the ST2, and that's where you get. Now, remember last week we were looking at AMD, okay? This was our last episode, which is the 11th of December. Now, if you look at that AMD, right, hit that one. Let's look at the chart here. Okay, one more time, AMD. So you can see from here onwards, I think AMD has gained so much higher, which is switching up to a 1-month chart. That's 11. Okay, you got to go back to here. 11th of December. Oh yeah, when it started to turn green pentagon, that was around 134 US dollar. Okay, so AMD was 128. So right now we are at 174, and that's a fair bit of amount, isn't it, with the semiconductors pushing up, way up here. So that's telling you stage 2 share. And QCOM is very similar. It is also a semiconductors. Okay, one of the stage 2 shares here. Taking a look at it in here, and the rest you can check it out. Also up 6%. 11 of was somewhere around here. I think 11. Yep, that's right. Was 136. Now is $151 in here. So AMD, we want to also check out the so-called fundamentals. I was told this is a good fundamental stocks. Let's check out the FA ratings. It's 6 out of 8. That's a pretty good stocks here. 6 out rate with the ROE of 37, and do pay a 2.3% dividend in here. So QCOM, check out QCOM. All right, this is one of the tech stocks that I really like, and it is enough. Now for this week, on the 22nd of January 2024, we have Avango, which is the Broadcom, which is also tied to Inari. So if Broadcom jalan, Inari will also jalan in Malaysia. So we also have Google. This is a Class A, and we have the Class C share. Visa, it's quite a good stocks for those of you who like a bit of payment and diversifying out from the technology stocks, not so much on the tech or the semiconductor. This is a finance stock and moving up very nicely, 268. And also Home Depot, a consumer cyclic, which is also showing economic improvement. So that's where we are. So these are some good stock trade idea going forward. Now, of course, don't forget to subscribe to our daily newsletter for all stock market information, and we'll be covering generally the KLCI market. All right. And also for a service for our Muslim friends, for our Sharia compliance, I do hope that many of you will go to the wahid.com/myhalal. And when you get to the list, go over to the Excel in here. And because these are stock that is certified by the Sharia compliance in here. So check it out. This stocks, and you get this Excel. So some of the stocks that we talk about, like I believe like Tesla, Apple, yep, they are all halal by the standards which was passed on by Wahid. All right, check out this very good information. There is 220 of this stock in here. Now, not to forget, we also have the FA stocks. On the 11th of December, they were talking about ON Semiconductors and Cisco. So if you look at Cisco, the market was actually right at the bottom in here, and lo and behold, it turned green pentagon on 10th of December, and it went up 7.4% for Cisco router internet. On Semiconductor, just turned $75 in here. It did go up about to the red Pentagon, about 13.4% from where we were at the green Pentagon to here. That's a 13%, as I said before, much easier on good fundamentals and a trend that is going up. I do hope that many of our public and members who are watching in here do use this to your advantages, using the Pentagon guide for the US market. Now, this morning on the 22nd of January, we're looking at some of these stocks, KLSE and LUM Research. These are highly rated FA. We can check it out. First one we'll take a look is KLSE. But KLSE started to move up already. Let's take a look at the fundamentals. Stock fundamentals in here. And you can see this is rated for a PE of 25, ROE of 121%. But the sector average is 23%, very, very profitable, dividend yield of 1. So this is KLSE. This is one of those semiconductors manufacturers. You can actually click on the website KLSE. You can see it takes you to this website. They're going to be announcing a second quarter very, very soon. So they make a lot of these sensor wafer fab, right? But it's $600, as I said before. These kind of stocks you can use fractional investing to buy them so much at a lower cost. The next one, again, a very high one, is LUM Research. This is actually started by a fellow Taiwanese, LUM, by surname of LUM. So we can type LRCCX. Okay, LUM Research. And you go on to the stock price. LUM Research, $826 in here, started to push up. You can see from here onwards. So let's take a look at the fundamentals, right? Fundamentals for LUM Research, it rated 5 with a PE of 25 times, still relatively inexpensive. ROE of 51% and dividend yield of 1% here. Do pay dividends, so this is a kind of good stocks to be paying for our beginner friend. So our unique proposition in our US SmartRobie is our Pentagon guide, as you can see before. The green Pentagon showing the up signal and the red Pentagon showing the down signal. That's the way you want to be in this market. Now, set up the watch list, as you can see in the US market in here. So any of the new announcement, like what I just talked about in here, KLSE and LUM Research, which is LRCX. So you can set it up in there when the red Pentagon comes out, and you get that green and down Pentagon alert notified to you in here. All right. So don't forget, our market can be notified by Pentagon Guider on your mobile app. So make sure you check it out. Newbie for freebie in here. And our breakfast show every second and fourth week of the month. On Monday we'll be doing this, and then the odd week, the first, third, and the fifth month, we'll be doing our regular KLSE SmartRobie. Now, if you have not opened up an account, we do help you check it out. Our U-Smart partnership that we do. Make sure you key in the invitation code NYVJPA in here, and you get 400 credit for using this SmartRobie in here. All right. So summary in as you get on to the US market, a much easier market to trade. The US market is going through the continued rally as before. Picking up from where it was from the Christmas rally, as long as the rate cut is part of the news line that we see. Now we are having latest, could be in Q3, Q4, but meanwhile, like some of the stocks we talk about, the Robi FA stocks will give you a bit of dividend and also exposure to the sector. We check out what are the sector in here. So overall, it's a much easier market to trade, and definitely some of these can be carried forward through the good trainings I've been doing in our Trade VSA program, our premium membership in here. Check out this QR code in here if you want to find out more about our trader and investor need assessment in here, how well you perform, just like many of our winner in here, Sukumaran with a 67% win, Mayfan 60% win, and Beng Seong a 52% win rate, tells you the success of our members who continue to be coached in our supervised coaching in here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. All right. And again, if you're ready to subscribe to our main system in here, the VSA 360, we are here to service you with our new features and also good review given so far. Now, right now, we're going to be looking at some stocks that you want me to check it out. If you have a couple of stocks that you want me to look in, do feel free to pencil those in there. But again, please share and like this live FB to show we need your continued support that we've seen so far. Any stocks that you want me to look at, feel free to pencil those in there. Else, thank you for coming, and don't forget to subscribe to our Telegram chat room for all our stock market information in here. With that, I bid you a good trading ahead, and I'll see you on Wednesday. And of course, for our members, we have our live weekly training this Monday, at 9:30. So if you're not a member yet, do join us then for that. With that, thank you and good day.